Again, it's a rich thing.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Now, a lot of us programmers, once we get used to Vim bindings, we don't want to stop using them. We want to use them in editors, we want to use them in the browser. Some of us want to use them in Microsoft Word, but especially we want to use them in programming, and a lot of us data scientists, we love to use the Jupyter Notebook for visualizations, for playing around with data sets, for machine learning, for all sorts of things. We like to use the Jupyter Notebook. And in contrast to many popular editors and IDEs, the Jupyter Notebook does not have a simple checkbox that says enable Vim bindings. So we cannot just go into some options and say enable Vim bindings in the Jupyter Notebook. We have to do some extra steps. We need to install some plugins. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to get Vim bindings into your Jupyter Notebook. So let us get right into it. Alright, now for today's video, I'm going to assume that you already have an Anaconda installed, so I'm not going to show the installation process there. We're going to start by opening up CMD, and we're going to create a new Anaconda environment for this tutorial. You don't have to do that, I just do that because I already have the Vim bindings installed in my main environment. So we're going to just say conda create -- name, and we're going to call this Vim tutorial, for example. There you go. Yes, create it, and then activate it. Activate Vim tutorial. Like that. There you go. And now we're going to install a tool which is going to allow us to add some extensions to the Jupyter Notebook. And we're going to do that by saying conda install and then -c conda -forge. And the tool is called Jupyter _contrib_nb extensions. You should find a link to the GitHub repository in the description down below if I didn't forget about it. Otherwise, let me know in the comment section that I forgot about it. When we press this, it's going to take a while to install. Now, for me, it won't take too much because I think most of the stuff should be cached here from the other repositories, from the other environments. And you basically say yes, and then it's going to prepare, verify, and execute afterwards. And I think we're going to skip through that part here so that you don't have to wait with me. All right, so it's done with the installation. Now, next up, we need to copy a command from the GitHub repository here. I mean, we don't have to copy it. We can just type it: Jupyter contrib nb extension install -- user. This is going to install the JavaScript and CSS files that are necessary for this plugin or for this tool. And once this is done, we're going to be able to enable individual extensions. Now, of course, this is just a tool for managing extensions. We need to also download the extension itself. And this is going to be the Jupyter Vim binding repository. So you can find it on GitHub. You should also find a link in the description down below to this one. And what we need to do here is we need to go to the Jupyter data directory. So what you're going to do is you're going to say Jupyter -- directory like that. And you're going to see a path. In my case, it's app data roaming Jupyter. So I'm going to navigate to app data and then to Jupyter. Now, in my case, I already have NB extensions here. Chances are you're not going to have NB extensions here. In this case, just type mkdir for make directory, NB extensions like that. And then once the directory is there, you can just navigate into it. Not into this one, into NB extensions. There you go. And in here, we're now going to clone the repository of the plugin. So we're going to say git clone and then the GitHub link to Jupyter Vim binding. There you go. So we're going to press enter. I'm not going to press enter now because I already have it. If I show you the plugins here, you can see I already have Vim binding, and all we now need to do is we need to use the plugin we just installed or the tool we just installed in order to enable this extension. So how do we do that? We do that by saying Jupyter NB extension enable and then Vim binding / Vim binding like that. There you go, validating, okay. And now we can navigate to the desktop, for example, and say Jupyter notebook. By the way, you can use this command with disable again to disable this extension, but now it should be, it's opening up on my second screen. Let me just drag it over to the first screen here. We're on the desktop now. I can go ahead and create a new Python 3 notebook. And in here, I should be able to use the Vim bindings once it's loaded. There you go. As you can see, I can use the Vim bindings. So I can type, for example, a comment, hello world, then say C to W, and it works. So we have the Vim bindings here. I can say YY, PPP, there you go. So those are the Vim bindings in the Jupyter notebook. Alright, so this was quite a short tutorial, but I think it's useful and I think it's important to know for those of you who use Jupyter and Vim how to enable Vim bindings in the Jupyter notebook. It's not as straightforward as just checking a checkbox and saying, okay, enable Vim bindings. You need to install the extension, you need to install the tool for managing extensions and all that. It's important to use conda install, not pip install, because if you use pip, first of all, you need to say conda install pip, otherwise you're using the global pip. Then again, it has some issues, so I would recommend using conda install and then the tool that we installed, not just pip install, because you can also use pip theoretically, but it produces problems. However, if you liked that video, let me know in the comment section down below and click the like button. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to not miss a single future video for free. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video and bye.